It's been something I've been doing for the last couple of years on the channel. And and the places I've delved into, the content that I've explored has ranged from exploring what this big Islamic channel on YouTube thinks of Halloween, to what Wretched Radio thinks of Halloween, what Bob Larson thinks of Halloween, ex-witch Ginny Weaver. We've been all over YouTube. We've even gone out to TikTok and seen what some squirrely people out there think of Halloween in the past. But now we're going to visit a place we've never been before for some of the most bizarre Halloween content, or anti-Halloween propaganda, I guess we should call it, that I have seen in my life. Like, this is the bottom of the barrel, folks. Welcome to Rumble. These channels are sort of small. The truth about Halloween, what the Bible says about this, and it's good. So they're going to tell us in the most bizarre way about the dangers of Halloween. So let's get started here. This is from 2019, so freaky, dude. Should Christians celebrate Halloween? Yeah. Shabbat school. So this animation's not bad. I like this. It's like a kid's show. It's alright. This is weird though, having like this live action photo. Are they learning? Wow. They're learning the Hebrew script, I guess.
Shalom, everybody. Welcome to my classroom. My name is David.
If you don't like seeing this guy's teeth, you're gonna have a bad time. If you don't like his robot voice, you're gonna have a bad time. His mouth moves, but not like it should.
I am your Shabbat teacher.
No, you're not. Keep away from me.
Should a Christian celebrate Halloween?
There's got like a dreidel up there and stuff. Or the Jewish holidays.
Is there anything evil about a Christian dressing up as a princess or a cowboy and going around the block asking for candy?
It's less creepy than this video. Move your lips, please.
No, there is not. What seems innocent may not be it as much.
Oh, it blinks too. Did you see that? Ah, it's the devil. A witch. A skeleton. A ghost. I don't know what else we got here. Yes, give him candy. That's how trick-or-treat works.
But
dog. Yeah.
You may well ask, why asking for candy? Must be on Halloween? Are you promoting that feast? With innocuous costumes? There are things about Halloween that are anti-Christian and should be avoided.
Like what? Wait. Should be avoided. So I guess we're going to find out, but he just said it matter-of-factly like that.
Believe it or not, most of our Halloween practices can be traced back to these old pagan rites and superstitions.
Ooh.
October 31st has long been known as the Festival of the Dead. The origins of Halloween are Celtic in tradition as we know it, began over 1900.
I said this last time I watched one of these. Celtic is the way that as I say it. Celtic is a basketball team. I think that the proper English is spelled with it's spelled a K in the original language, which denotes that it should have a hard K sound. So Keltic, Celtic. But if they want to say Celtic, I guess that's what how their robot voice translated it.
Years ago in England, Ireland, and northern France, and have to do with observing the end of summer sacrifices to gods. In Druidic tradition,
they were on down into the Spain and Portugal. There were Celtic civilizations all the way, up to Belgium and stuff. There's Celtic ruins all over Northern Europe.
The Celtic tribes and their priests, the Druids, celebrated this day as a marker for the change from life to death. Halloween is a real...
I hate your robot voice more than your robot face. The only thing that was distracting me from your ugly robot voice was your ugly robot face, and now all I can hear is your ugly robot voice. Some of the animation here is good. I like this animation with the moon and stuff.
Sacred day for those who follow Wicca. In fact, it is one of two high-end hold...
So I've been to a lot of Wiccan celebrations for a lot of holidays, a lot of Sabbats. There are more than two. There are 4 main ones and 4 minor ones, and they divide the wheel of the year. But I've never been to one where we wore animal heads. Been to one was what they're wearing, and these ones, these young ladies with the flowers on their heads. That's more of a Beltane sort of thing. That's something they'd wear at in the spring or maybe at a summer festival, wrapping the maypole and stuff like that. But in the fall, you wouldn't have access to this kind of flowers. But cool owl mask though. I like these masks. You got like wildlife and farm animals together, unless this is supposed to be a wild boar. It'd be nice to see some tusk then. It'd fit in better with the wildlife. The forced smile is like Joel Osteen. You're so right.
Holy days for them. The Celtic belief of spirit.
Yeah, Wicca isn't an ancient pagan religion either. It basically invented in the 1950s from a conglomeration of inference of ancient pagan practices from around the world. It's a hodgepodge of essentially it's a very sexual religion. I'll just leave it at that.
Spirits being released is current, along with the worship of Samhain, the Lord of Death. Both are promoted as something to embrace on that day.
Samhain is how it's pronounced.
There is no question in my mind that to those who believe and follow...
Right, we know like medieval practices, and they pretend like they're ancient Celtic practices. Is medieval folk practices from these areas is what we get, is what are passed down through superstitions today. Some of them are based around maybe have roots in pre-Roman era, but for the majority of them, it's just inferences. There'll still be places where they do certain rituals to respect the stones or the mounds or whatever they have in the vicinity, but they're not actually directly linked to the original use of these sites. Just a modern interpretation, especially druids. There's no modern druids. There were secret orders of druids in the from the 17th century up till modern times, but they're not anything related to modern druids.
Follow the practices of witchcraft. Halloween represents an opportunity to embrace the evil, devilish, dark. Christians should not be involved with occultist practice or divination.
Now this animation is fucking off the hook here. I'm going to, let me rewind that a little bit. I might make a music video out of this with this stuff. What do you guys think? Should I do like a...
In fact, it is one of two high and holy days for them. The Celtic belief of spirits being released is current,
I'm gonna do
along
it.
with the worship of Samhain, the Lord of Death. Both are promoted as something to embrace on that day.
But I'm gonna do like with
There
this
is no question in my mind that to those who believe and follow the practices of witchcraft.
Look at this. There's just there's just a pig dude and an armor like an orc, I guess, and this is a witch. And there's various styles of animation being used here. You got I don't disagree with multiple styles of animation used in a piece of art, but you want to kind of limit it and not vary them too much. Like the broom and the cat, they're not the same animation style. Or like the skulls and the cat are, and the broom is a different style, and the pumpkin. Yeah, there's just so much going on here. Anyway, the owls are a different style.
Halloween represents
We're gonna freaking have so much fun with this. I'm gonna do it.
an opportunity to embrace the evil, devilish, dark. Christians should not be involved with occultist practice
especially.
or divination. Note, God's
Look at
command
that.
against divination in Deuteronomy 18.
Hold on. I want to do it too. Let me back up and do it with her. Come on. How far back do I need to go? There we go. All right.
Be involved with occultist practice or divination. Note, God's command against divination in Deuteronomy 18.
There we go.
Occultists
Okay.
believe Halloween
I did the whole spell, guys.
is a time
I did the whole spell. Let's see what happens.
of transition between life and death. Some occult practitioners practiced divination and believed you could learn the secrets of life and wisdom by lying on a grave and listening to the messages from the long departed.
Really? I wish I could do that. There's some people I need to talk to who are dead. Have been dead for a while. I need to talk to them. So you can just lay on their grave? Really?
Occultists also taught that spirits and ghosts left the grave during this night and would seek out warmth in their previous homes. Villagers, fearful of the possibility of being visited by the ghosts of past occupants, would dress up in costumes to scare the spirits on their way. They would also leave food and other treats at their door to appease the spirits, so they would not destroy their homes or crops, but instead
Talk about despondent animation. Look at these different mask styles. Good Lord.
move on down the road. That is the real reason why kids dress up in costumes today and go door to door seeking treats. Occultists also would try to scare away the spirits by carving a scary face into a pumpkin.
Nah, they didn't have pumpkins. They had the turnips. We went over this last time. Do you all want to see the turnips again? We can look at the turnips again. Turnip jack-o'-lanterns. Absolutely horrific. We're going to see. Let's see here. Yeah, if I'm feeling a bit squirrely from dancing with the, yeah. Be prepared for absolute horror. Raw. Look at these monster. Oh, you're halfway behind the chat box. I guess nobody's chatting right now though, so that's good. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. These ones look horrendous though. Raw. Okay, teeth and stuff. Look pretty wicked. Ugh. Like you don't want to mess with this guy. Not in the wild. Yeah, this is a good contrast. You got. Oh, here we go. Here's what we're gonna do. There you go. Yeah. Here's the contrast. Goofy American pumpkin. Freaky old world pumpkin. That's the difference. Back to Rumble's
This horrible
presentation.
visage would hopefully move the spirit on to another home or village and spare that home from destruction. Some
You know, I never thought about that before, but the way you just described it there, they interpret this practice as if it's a similar practice to, like, they're equating, it seems like there's an equivocation to Passover there. Am I wrong? Like, they're trying to conflate the Jewish and Christian tradition of Passover with what jack-o'-lanterns represent to the Celtic people with it's only tangentially related to that practice, but again, this is more medieval style stuff.
Sometimes the villagers would light a candle and place it within the pumpkin and use it as a lantern, hence the name jack-o'-lantern. This is the origin of carving pumpkins at Halloween. Participating in Halloween gives sanction to.
So let me catch up with the chat here. I've been yammering. Yeah, Wiccan is an ancient. I think that's where I left off. We don't even know what ancient Celtic rituals were. Yeah, they just infer them from medieval folklore and stuff. Are those potato people? Yes, the Irish potato people, deep fried. Walmart does suck. This combination of different animation styles is weird, right? Am I not alone? So when we were talking, you all were talking about the flashing lights when we were going to the Polybius portion at the beginning of the show. This animation combination is the flashing lights to me. Not really though, because like I said, I do want to make a heavy metal video with this just because. Okay, and they're triggered by the change in seasons, right? Yeah, these festivals are like oh, this is you can't have this festival at the end of October because the pagans had that festival, but like everybody in Northern Europe had that, or everybody in the not just everybody in Northern Europe, everybody in the Northern Hemisphere had that festival. All cultures had. By the time that we started writing down our history and documenting things, every culture across Northern Europe had some sort of festivity or event at the end of the harvest season where they put their stores away. They all gathered together in communities to assist each other with the harvest. Their markets were bustling in the weeks leading up to this. And at night they'd have bonfires and parties. This was common everywhere because that's how humans do. We recognize the same as the caribou migrating when the flies start biting in the Arctic tundra, triggering billions of animals to move across the northern world. But when it comes to its effect on humans and impact on us as a species, when we start seeing signs of frost, when the deciduous trees start to change colors, and all of our crops are starting to get where they need to be for us to harvest them, that's the celebration we're talking about here. The tethering together of the death iconography, right? That is associated with, like, again, the leaves changing colors, the plants dying back, the leaves falling. It's a season of death. The insects all die back. Several seasonal organisms die back or die off completely and then return in the spring. They just disappear. Birds disappear. It is a season of loss. And it's recognized across the northern world as that. And we know that the coming winter ahead will probably carry, or potentially carry, some deaths, in our communities. This goes way back. The elderly, the sickly, infants, they all tend to have a harder time getting along in the winter months. So, yeah, there's a lot of symbolism associated with this time of year. that's just tangential to being a member of the human species reacting to the environmental changes around you.
A holiday that promotes witches, divination, haunted houses, and other cultist practices.
And to keep in mind that when they say witches, and when they say witches in the Bible especially, they're talking, it's the priesthood of a different culture. That's all witches they mean. That's what they mean. They mean the priesthood of another culture. The lore keepers and the people who can explain the supernatural to you. That's a witch to the church. No matter what their religion is, whether it's an indigenous population, shaman or medicine man, or it's a druid of the Celtic folk, or mystics in some Eastern traditions, gurus. All these people would just be clumped together under witches and practicing witchcraft with their ways. Oh, some Harry Potter, guys. Scary teeth guy's back.
What does
Sorry.
the Bible warn us about these things? Romans 12:2, from New Living Translation Bible version. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect.
Are there verses that'll tell you to respect the customs of your neighbors and stuff like that, though? God, he's creepy. I know. I can't stand it. It's like, he's just constant teeth. I mean, I smile with my teeth too, but I don't. Could you imagine talking like this all the time? Oh my God, I should be a ventriloquist, right? I'm so good at this. I'm so good. You guys are jealous. Look how good I am. Hold on, I'm gonna put myself on mainstream. I'm gonna read the Bible verse like that guy did. Romans 12:2. NLT. I don't know what that means. Don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. That was terrible. Boomy. Say, boo, boo. Don't do that again. It's the worst. Still not as bad as listening to the robot voice with the teeth.
God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. 3 John 1:11. From English Standard Version. Beloved, do not imitate evil, but imitate good.
I just imitated good just now because the computer guy's good. He's for Jesus. He's on Team Jesus. So I imitated good.
Whoever does good is from God. Whoever does evil has not seen God. 1 Corinthians 10:21. From English Standard Version. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the table of the Lord and the table of demons.
Yep, they'll have to take turns, and they'll both have to buy me a drink first. That's the way I roll. No. The cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. The table of the Lord and the table of demons. Gracious.
Ephesians 5:11. From English Standard Version. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them.
So again, we're talking about Harvest Festival. The keep up here. Ephesians is what we're talking about. He's using Ephesians to refer to harvesting our crops as unfruitful works. Unfruitful works for harvesting our crops. I think the word fruitful has its roots in Halloween. The word fruitful is it was a fruitful harvest. It's the fruitful harvest celebration where we have so many gourds that we can carve faces in some of them for decorations. That's how good our harvest was. So, fruitful harvest. Good grief.
1 Timothy 4:1. From English Standard Version. Now the Spirit expressly says that in later times, some will depart from the faith, by devoting themselves to deceitful spirits, and teachings of demons. 1 Thessalonians 5:21-22. From English Standard Version. But test everything. Hold fast what is good. Abstain from every form of evil.
You haven't convinced me that Halloween's evil, though. You just insisted that it was because it was a harvest festival celebrated by pagan people, and that they had death cult rituals that are different from your death cult rituals, I guess. Because y'all have your own death cult rituals, right? You do inter your dad and do rituals to inter your dad, I'm sure. And you do have traditions about what will happen to your dad in the afterlife. You have a death cult, they have a death cult. It doesn't make either of you all evil. Everybody has, except for us poor non-believers who don't believe in the afterlife and stuff. My happy thought, hey Steph, my happy thought is that the matter that I'm made up of will be returned into the system that is Gaia, churning and turning and reconstituted into new life. That's the closest thing I have to an afterlife belief. All the matter that is me will be broken down and shared among a community of organisms. It's beautiful, in my opinion. And I will live on through those organisms in a way. That's my afterlife. Whether that includes any memories that I may store, I doubt it. It's sad to think that everything that's inside my head will be lost, but that's why I do this, so I can put as much of it out there into the world before I go. So I'm full of all kinds of weird information and ready to share it with you. So subscribe if you're not to the Hive down below, and then we'll keep you in the know. Thank you everybody for sticking around, and let's get this going again.
Isaiah 5:20. From English Standard Version. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil.
I love sentences that start with woe. Just gonna say that. You gotta read it in the Joey Lawrence voice though. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Who put darkness. Do you hear my Joey Lawrence impression? Yeah. You can tip your waitress. I'm here all week doing this impression routine.
Who put darkness for light and light for darkness. Who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Oh, native atheist, I do not want the Viking afterlife. I am a little frail little girl. I don't want to have to fight with a sword. I do have a friend who might be able to protect me with a whip, though. So I might just like hide next to her, and she can defend me with her whip skills. I haven't seen the whip skills, but they're kind of implied. We'll see. Come on.
Romans 12:21. From English Standard Version. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good.
Speaking of that, what is your all's favorite Halloween candy? Tell me in the chat. Mine is Reese's Pumpkins. There's something about the texture of the smoothness when it's the pumpkins that you don't get with the peanut butter cups that drives my tongue wild. So tell me what your favorite is. I like candy corn too. I do. I'm one of those orange crayon eaters.
Ephesians 4:27. From English Standard Version. And give no opportunity to the devil.
Give no opportunity to the devil. I got a little sympathy for the devil. I love that song. You can overcome me for $5. Wow. Dr. Mordecai's laying it all on the table for the live chat. Yeah. Bidding starts at $5.
In Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
I've had $100,000. I can't think of what's inside of. Does $100,000 have the caramel inside, or the nougat or whatever inside of it? Anything laced with acid, says Stephanie Helms. Yeah, you're gonna be Ryan. That's your favorite Halloween candy? Oh, come on. The big chewy sweet tarts. Yeah, I like getting airheads. I'm always thrilled to find an airhead, or a Laffy Taffy. I like licorice. All right, it's not my favorite. Pop Rocks mixed with what your first choice was, Ryan. You can mix those together. Actually, if you do that on video, you probably make bank. Little crunchy things in the chocolate is 100. It is the, yeah. That's that we say 10 grand. Oh, I like other than Reese's when it comes to candy bars. When it comes to chocolate, I am a Kit Kat girl. I love the variety of Kit Kat you can get. I order the Japanese packs with all the different weird stuff, all kinds of weird stuff. I love them. Caramel inside, chocolate with rice. Yeah, rice. That's what I was thinking of. The dried rice, like Rice Krispie kind of stuff. Crunchity poppity. Ryan's gonna keep me wanting to say that word. Give me a coffee instead. You're such a dirty girl.
For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
Keep waiting for his face to melt or something.
Yeah,
be a skull. You know what I mean? Like a skull underneath there. That'd be wild.
Our Messiah and Savior followed the example of his father, Yehovah. John 5:19-20. Then answered Yahushua, and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you.
I also like sentences. Which is better, a sentence that starts with woe or a sentence that starts with verily? We're going to do a poll. Starting the poll now. Which is a better way to start a sentence? Verily. Is it one R? Yeah, I put two R's. Verily, verily, or woe. It's woe, like woe to you. So we're gonna see what you guys think. Sheweth, doth thou, wilt thou, twas. I do like sentences that start with twas. It's my favorite thing about 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is that it starts with twas.
Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and sheweth him all things that himself doeth. And he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. If Yahushua thought it was important for him to follow the will of his Father, don't you think it is important for us to follow the example Yahushua set for you and me to follow?
Did Yeshua, did he go trick-or-treating or not? Should we make AI art of little Jesus trick-or-treating? Is that something I should make? Oh, anyway. Fun stuff here in Creation Watch. Not exactly flat Earth level, but still quite a journey through the Rumble rabbit hole. I had another one pulled up here, but I don't think we need another one. I think that's probably good for our Rumble Halloween rabbit hole. What do you guys think? You know, call that a show on that one. That animations was horrid, and I don't know if I can take much more of it. Anyway, so yeah, for my Creation Watch crew, watching this on Wednesday night as a premiere, thank you so much for sticking with me. Please remember to come back Friday for a creepy Cryptic Corner episode. And until next time, be kind, take care, have a good one.
Satanism. To most, it conjures images of medieval black masses or sinister deeds done for the devil. Must expose all the evil being done in the name of Satan.